Hi everybody. Apologies for the delay there. Just giving you all some time to log into this webinar. So thank you for attending. So as you know, this is going to be about mastering loyalty in the wholesale e-commerce sector. My name is Matt. I'm from Portio, which is the e-commerce provider of BCP. So the session really is going to be around two main things. So customer, so a very important stakeholder for all businesses. So they are the ones that buy the goods and services. So we want to keep them as long as we can, rather than go to our competitors. So the second one is about loyalty. So finding ways to sustain that relationship with your customers, finding ways to engage with them successfully so they stick with you and they're always going to be part of your business and helping you you grow as a company. So we're lucky to be joined by four experts in the sector. So in a few moments time, we'll do a quick introduction for all of those. Before we do, just want to say how the 45 minutes is going to pan out. So the first 30 will be a couple of questions that I've got that I'll ask the panel individually. So to get an insight of their insights and what their respective businesses are looking to do, their initiatives they've got, their plans going forward, and where they feel the challenges are or where they feel the solutions are regarding that. And the latter part is 15 minutes, which is going to be a Q&A session. So this is the option for you all to ask questions you can. So by all means, please use the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen and write in a question that I can pick up later in the last 15 minutes and ask anybody on the panel. If we don't manage to cover your question, then we will try and get back to you as soon as we can with a response. You notice obviously from our backgrounds, we've all got our details. So if you want any further information or where we can help you, obviously from myself, like e-commerce background, to give you more insights and solutions, then we can do that as well. So thank you for that. Hope you enjoy. So we'll just start the introductions now. So Robert, I can start with you, please.
Thanks, Matt. Great to be here. Hi, I'm Rob Norris. I'm the marketing manager at Tea Quality. Tea Quality is a leading nationwide food service provider. We have a strong presence in the fast food market. We serve a diverse range of customers, including fish and chip shops, QSR, quick service restaurants, pubs, cafes, and everything in between. We operate from 12 depots located all across the UK, from Newton Abbot and Portsmouth in the south of England, going all the way to Scotland with our depot in Glasgow.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Ben, please, of course.
Thanks, Matt. Afternoon, I'm Ben Galloway. I'm the commercial trading manager for McClure's. We're a food wholesaler. We're based in the Lake District. We've got 80 years of experience in serving the catering industry. We do deliver to a diverse customer base, including Michelin star restaurants, hotels, cafes, schools, nursing homes, and this is all over the northwest of England.
Okay, could do with a Michelin star restaurant right now, actually. David, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Ellis. I am Managing Director at Station 10. We're a data, insight and AI consultancy, and we help organisations make the most out of their data, particularly around customer and digital and multi-channel environments. So we're experts in insight, optimization and personalization. We work with a whole range of retailers, so people like Tesco and Green King, but also with wholesale suppliers and hospitality companies. Mm-hmm. So we've got a really interesting range of experience that can hopefully influence the conversation today. And I guess I'm, if you like, representing data, if you like. So how you can use the data that comes from digital platforms to inform loyalty and optimization.
Okay, thank you, David. And Andy, know you well. So yeah,
yeah, hi Matt. Yeah, so I'm Andy Pratt from Portio, like Matt. So we're specialist solution providers in the wholesale and distribution space. And we've been doing that for about 40 years now. And our product range includes e-commerce platforms and online customer self-service platforms. So that's what we do.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, so the first question I'll put to you, Robert, first, please, from Tea Quality. So how has the advent of digital ordering channels affected customer loyalty?
In one word, positively. Tea Quality has been able to embrace digital ordering and grow as a business. We know some businesses out there still feel digital ordering, but as a sector, what we work in, Customers are now expecting it. So as a business, we wouldn't survive without digital ordering now. Over the years, we've seen it increase and increase and increase, and we only see it increasing in the years to come. In recent years, other external factors have caused us greater issues and tested our customer loyalty. Factors such as COVID, the logistical issues such as the Suez Canal, and most recently the issue with Ukraine and Russia, which have impacted the supply chain of products like fish, batters and flowers. But with our digital platform, we have been able to grow opportunities through this. So we've been able to showcase other products what customers may be interested in. If one batter is out of stock, they can look at a different batter, see the prices and everything along those lines, and be able to choose that offering. So with the online offerings, we've been able to enhance convenience. We're available 24 hours a day with the website. There's personal experiences. We can, once a customer logs into our website, they can have a unique, tailored experience to what they need. So customer services have built a stronger relationship, which has increased the loyalty in customers. Tea Quality has also implemented a proactive customer engagement strategy since launching our e-commerce platform. This includes regular communication through personalized emails, exclusive offers, but also by gathering feedback, we continually improve our service based on the customer's needs and preferences. Prioritizing customer satisfaction and actively engaging with them, we have been able to grow a sense of trust and loyalty with the customers, which further builds the relationship with our customers.
Okay, just yeah, convenient round-the-clock service, isn't it? So Ben, please, same question. So, how has the advent of digital ordering channels affected customer loyalty?
Right, thank you. But the advent of digital ordering is putting more pressure on us, on suppliers. This is just down to their customers' increased expectations. We're always expected to deliver a cohesive customer experience on demand, wherever and whenever the customer wants it. So digital ordering channels such as our e-commerce platform, they provide customers with the convenience of ordering anywhere at any time. This accessibility can increase loyalty as it allows for quick and easy transactions without the constraints of a physical location. So such as our chefs not having to order from their kitchen or within defined business hours. The digital ordering can streamline the purchasing process, reducing waiting times from phone calls or from the old standard kind of web shops. It makes transactions faster and more efficient, which is something we all, and our customers included, appreciate. And the customers, especially at the end of a busy kitchen service. This convenience can enhance customer satisfaction and encourages repeat business and loyalty. Digital ordering platforms often gather the data on customer preferences and ordering patterns. This data can be used and is used to personalize the customer's experience, offering tailored products, recommendations, promotions. And we all know when the customers and yourself feel understood, you feel appreciated, then more likely to remain loyal to a supplier. Many of the digital ordering platforms do incorporate loyalty programs where customers can earn points or rewards for their purchases, rebates, whatnot. These incentives can significantly impact customer loyalty by encouraging their repeat purchases to accumulate rewards, essentially. And then digital channels may also provide platforms for customers to leave feedback with their suppliers. Ourselves and companies that actively engage with customer feedback and use it to improve products and services. This helps to build stronger loyalty. This is something the team at McClure's have been and starting to explore more in depth. Through digital channels, companies can engage customers with relevant and targeted content. For example, we know all of our customers love to hear about all the new products, new trends, as well as updates and various promotions. So this ongoing engagement, it can build a sense of connection and loyalty. So in industries where competitors do offer similar products and services, digital ordering can be a differentiator. If one company provides a smoother, more user-friendly digital experience, it can lead to increased loyalty compared to competitors with less developed digital channels.
Yeah, cheers, Ben. Definitely feedback from customers is important, isn't it? Keeping them relevant and and appreciating what they're saying to improve yourselves as a business. And David, yeah. So next to you, so how has digital ordering affected customer loyalty?
Yeah, thank you. So again, I'd echo a lot of the points that have been already made, particularly that point around digital being an opportunity to be embraced rather than a threat to be feared. Clearly, it makes things a lot more efficient all round for businesses. So that's not going to be going anywhere. So it's a great opportunity to embrace. So I think that's a really important point. In terms of, I guess I'm representing data here. So in terms of the digital and e-commerce evolution over the last few years, if you think of it in terms of data, that's probably the biggest customer behavioral platform, data capture platform that there's ever been. So it's a really exciting time to be using that data to improve customer understanding, insight, and as a result, how you can drive loyalty. As I mentioned earlier, we work with quite a lot of retailers, and I can pretty much guarantee that all of your customers are using digital analytics to inform their understanding of customer loyalty and how they can drive value from that. To give you a very brief example, we work with a convenience store chain who have digital screens in their shops to promote products, particularly around breakfast products and lunch products, to try and drive incremental sales. And they were showing breakfast stuff at breakfast time and lunchtime at lunchtime, and it just makes sense. Our analysis demonstrated that actually they were best to drive incrementality by showing lunch products at breakfast time and breakfast products at lunchtime, because actually what people were doing was they were then starting to think about their next shop, their next return. So it gives you an idea of the sort of analysis that you can be doing and that retailers are currently doing. And what's really interesting at the moment is we're seeing that revolution, if you like, really extending into wholesale and B2B. So there's something called, the B2B CDP, the customer data platform, which is one of the biggest growing areas in the data space at the moment. And what that does is it applies similar techniques. So obviously we know from retail environments that you can understand loyalty a lot more effectively, how often people are spending. And that same principle can be applied to B2B customers. So it helps you segment your audiences better, it helps you to target them more effectively. So to give you one quick example again, so there's a food supplier to the restaurant trade that we work with, and they've got lots of data, and they use that to inform, ultimately boils down to two key questions. Upsell opportunities, so if they can recognize that from your menus, for instance, that we know they're only buying some of the products from us, can we then use that as an upsell opportunity to what we know you might need this, can we sell you that as well? And perhaps most importantly, to predict customer churn. So we know from retail environments that that's absolutely something that you can use the data for. So they're using that to drive that analysis. So can they predict who might be looking to move away, and so what can they do about that in time to maintain loyalty?
Okay, yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, important about identifying behaviours and patterns of customers is always key, isn't it, to make it be more efficient. So Andy, so again, how has the advent of digital ordering challenged affected customer loyalty?
Yeah, well, I think e-commerce in its various forms has been around for well over 20 years now. I think more recently, but probably about 6 or 7 years, has seen exponential growth in wholesale anyway. And we are seeing massive impacts from that on customer loyalty, and particularly driving customer loyalty. I think first, probably need to consider this as a little bit of a double-edged sword. If you put yourself in the position of your customers, it's just so easy to access information and do market research. Fortunately, that means they find you easily, but unfortunately, it also means that they find your competitors as equally as easy as well. So we need to kind of bear that in mind, and also the ways that search results and things like that can be influenced by sort of digital marketing techniques like SEO optimization and sponsored posts and all these kind of things, which can determine what a person browsing sees at the top of their list, really. So being aware that people can find things easier is just something that has to be bared in mind, really. I think what we're getting from our customers is that in terms of the things that influence loyalty and retention, customer service is starting to rise to the top. Previously, the person with the lowest price would tend to win out, but these days we're seeing that confidence in service and quality of service are kind of overtaking that, or a major component anyway. And traditional aspects such as actually delivering things on time and being pleasant with your customers and all those kind of good things are still an important element of that. Having a high quality digital channel is way up the agenda as well now, as people recognize the convenience of engaging through there. In fact, we saw a survey recently where pretty close to 90% of people would actually pay a premium just on the basis of having like an excellent online e-commerce portal that they can use and take advantage of it, really. So it really is having that impact. I mean, you think about how online has given everybody much more greater levels of convenience, and people have learned that within the business context, that the savings and convenience that can deliver as well. So sometimes it's actually a prerequisite of people buying from you. We see things like local councils and things sort of insisting that there's a quality online presence before they do business, just because they recognise the value so much, really. Yeah. I think that finally from David's comment about data is very interesting. It does collect more data, and that can be used to inform your business decisions. So, not only do you find out what your customers are buying or what they're looking to buy, but just doing things with or analysing the search terms and aspects like that can also reveal, or can be quite revealing in terms of how what product ranges you might want to consider, and what people are actually after in the market.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Definitely key. If it's convenient and user friendly, it's always a winner with that. But so thank you all. That's the first question done. So before we do the second question, just want to remind people we've had a few questions come through. So if you have a question to ask, then please use the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen. That'd be great. So question 2, which I'll put to Ben first. So based on your experience, what are the most important factors for yourself and McClure's in building and sustaining a customer loyalty in B2B e-commerce?
Right, in my experience and McClure's experience, the main factors that do garner customer loyalty tend to be the pillars of service, reliability, and consistency. In B2B transactions, the customer needs to be confident that their order will be fulfilled accurately, on time, every time. There needs to be a consistency of product quality and service. These are essential for building trust. So for this, we must have accurate and reliable stock files, product information, all for the customer, along with the relevant dispatch information. Accurate order processing and fulfillment is a must. B2B customers, the value efficiency. So streamlining the ordering process, providing quick turnaround times, offering options for repeat ordering, availability, alternatives. All of these things contribute towards customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. Clear communication about order status, stock levels, pricing, any potential delays is crucial. B2B customers need transparency. They need it. It helps them plan their own operations effectively. So offering value-added services, such as any other additional facilities beyond the produce you offer. So including any sort of technical support, label printing services, allergen, nutritional information, using mediums such as Eridus. Things like this can differentiate a business-to-business e-commerce platform. These value-added services, they enhance the overall customer experience and do build customer loyalty.
Yeah.
B2B customers often have unique requirements, so we need to provide customization options. Quite often there's flexible payment terms and the ability to create tailored solutions. Things like this do set a company apart from their competitors. And again, this will foster long-term loyalty. So as a company and companies, we need to be actively seeking feedback from our customers. We need to use it to improve our products, our services. It's a positive way to build stronger loyalty. And in my experience, customers do appreciate it when their feedback is sought, and we recognise it and respond to it. However, it is essential to know that while digital channels can enhance customer loyalty, they also present their own challenges, such as Andy mentioned earlier, because the customers have all the choices at their fingertips now, more so than ever before. Makes it easier switching between suppliers. And because of this, we need to be more customer aware, more aware than we've ever been. We need to use our analytics tools to personalize the ordering experience. We need to fully utilize our sales teams to monitor customer satisfaction. And in summary, companies must continually innovate, provide value through their digital channels to maintain customer loyalty in this competitive landscape. Yeah.
Cheers, Ben. Yeah, definitely it's paramount to understand your customer, isn't it? And try and be unique as you can, to get ahead of your competitors. So same question to Robert, please. So again, what are the most important factors in building and sustaining customer loyalty?
Yeah, well, as a business, Tea Quality has always worked with the 4 main principles, which are reach, retention, relationship, and recommendation. These are how we've grown our business over a number of years. And those 4 principles have not changed, even though we're wanting to grow our e-commerce platform and build and maintain customer loyalty. With reach, how do we find, canvas, and develop new customers? Our reach has significantly increased through the growth of e-commerce. We're getting new customers come finding us via the website and through social media and through other e-commerce platforms. Using and embracing the different softwares what are available to you is crucial to grow as a business. So improving your SEOs, using the analytic tools from Google and other sources, social media marketing. How are you putting your business out there? How are you getting your business in front of new eyes? So this has allowed us to develop and maintain new customers. So growing with new ones who may have found us because we've got a product listed on our website, which they didn't know what we were doing as a business. We've launched a whole range of new catering equipment as well as food service products. So with that, we're now catering for catering equipment as well as food service as a company. Retention, when it comes to retention, customer retention is important for any business. It's even important for food service companies, and especially in an e-commerce market. As Ben and Andy have mentioned, you're one click away from finding your competitors on any Google platform, on any search engine. If you're searching for a product, 10 different companies will come up. So how do you make yourself stick out? With every order and communication with our customers, how are we managing and using that data which they're providing us? With this, we as a business, we have been able to personalize shopping experiences for each user. We can look at the data and it allows us to showcase products what they might be interested in from what they've purchased in the past, but also looking at customers in a similar area who's purchased similar products. They might be buying this product, which this customer hasn't product. With the use of an e-commerce website, you can now push these products in front of your customers and they can find out more information instead of just the telesales agent telling you about the product. They can potentially look at the product, see the end product, see the allergens of the product, see possibly a video of the product through the video library, what we've got on our website. We can also push products which these customers may not know about, but we want to push because they've got higher margins, and as a business, you are always looking at the margins. So that's how we want to retain customers. When it comes to relationships, the key to our ongoing success is the ability to grow relationships with customers. Stronger relationships mean a stronger loyalty, the more likelihood they're going to order from you again. Making sure commitment around price, service and quality are all achievable, but you also need to benchmark this and review as a business, and that's what we do constantly as a business. Our website helps us provide our customers with many added benefits, which Ben has mentioned. We can provide news on new products, legislation, what might be coming into the sector. We can offer special offers, marketing assets. As I've mentioned just previously, we've got a video library where customers who might not be seeing a sales rep as often now because of they're doing their online ordering can still see a new product, how it evolves, how it could serve their business. Also, that allows us to be more than just a supplier. By offering all these added benefits, the customer is more likely to use us because they know they're getting more than just a product from us. They're getting a service, they're getting some digital assets, what they can help promote their service to their customers. And communication at all stage helps building trust and loyalty. So that's what we really focus on. And finally, recommendation. We believe there is confidence among our customers in referring us to new business. We have processes in place using referral trackers. Google Analytics shows you where referrals are coming from. We've got on our websites, on their emails, if these items have been shared among other businesses. So as a business, Tea Quality, we have made ourselves available across various channels. So we're there for customers when they need it to be. It's about building a brand, what customers can choose and be reliant on. And that's what we want to do as a business.
Yeah, definitely should, Rob. Yeah, positive services can always lead to positive recommendations, can't it? Which is good. So David, please. So again, important factors in building and sustaining customer loyalty.
Cool. Yeah. So I would agree basically with everything everyone's just said. I think they're all really important, and I think again, some of what Robert's just been talking about around looking at the data is really interesting. I think if I were to single out my most important one, it would be to really understand your customers' challenges and coming up with solutions or ways of helping with that. In terms of how you can use data, again, we've mentioned this a few times. Various people have mentioned it a few times, but I think clearly the digital revolution and the data revolution that we're all living through is a really important moment. So understanding the data that you've got and how you can drive that forward. So a couple of specific tips perhaps. So look at the data sources that you've got, whether that's digital analytics like Google or whatever it might be, and whatever other data sources you might have, and also then work out your use cases that you would want to help drive for customer loyalty, and then analyze or assess how you could use those the data to answer some of those questions. So I think that's going to be an increasingly important way of using the data to inform some of these challenges around evolving more sophisticated customer requirements, and how you can grow in this data and digital revolution period.
Yeah, definitely. Just Owen. Yeah, data's there to be used, isn't it? And Andy, lastly but not least, you. So again, important factors in building and sustaining customer loyalty, please.
Yeah, well, trouble is going last is quite a lot of it's been already covered very, very, very concisely. So just try and pick up on a couple of other points. I know we're kind of getting a bit pushed for time now, but I think probably the quality of the information you put on your on your sites is quite key. People rely on it. We do a lot of work in the food sector, and I think everybody will know that the importance of allergens and the importance of criticality of that data sort of flowing down from the manufacturers down to the end consumer, which the wholesale sector plays a major part on. So surfacing accurate information that people can rely on is critical to keeping them happy, and also being consistent, so that the price you're advertising is what they get, the delivery date is what they get, and those kind of things are very key to keeping customers on side. We talked about meeting customers' requirements. I think engaging with your customers and getting feedback. We can all design what we think are the best processes and user journeys, but really, you should be taking your customers' views and to inform that kind of process. There's things which can be quite niggly by the customer, can often result on them getting quickly fed up and looking for alternative sources, really. So that's key. I think user interface is most people have online. Some have what I'd say is probably older technologies, maybe, which isn't probably the slickest of user experience for customers. That can be a ceiling. We found moving our customers from those kind of platforms to new, more contemporary platforms has really sort of shattered that glass ceiling that can be there. So allowing people to build from a kind of a steady 20% user adoption on e-commerce, up to 80-90% just by providing a good experience for the user. We talked about personalization. Present the best relevant information to the audience. So present information relating to pubs and restaurants to pubs and restaurant customers, and those to school catering companies. Present school catering news and information products. So try and take away some of the noise from your customers as well. And then I think finally, although I could go on ad nauseum about this, adding value services, and we've heard some examples of that already. So digital is not just an online ordering platform anymore. You can exploit it to provide value-added services to your customers. So allowing them to look at statements and invoices and all those kind of things, paying invoices off, that kind of stuff, all the way to kind of self-service reporting. So one of your customers could go onto your site and actually run a report on what they've been buying and what kind of margins they were expecting to make, and all that kind of good value stuff, really. So there's lots of opportunities in there, and I think there's been some good examples already spoken about this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Andy. Well, thanks all four of you, actually. Thank you. But I'll keep my summary quite quick so we can head into the Q&A session. So important and key initiatives made from all of you. So a couple of things picked up. They're all important, but like a digital revolution, it is a competitive landscape out there. So as we know, the data is there to be used successfully, and if you can, then to sustain relationships with your customers long term, so avoid them going to your competitors. Customers do want honest, relationships with you. So as long as it's relevant and reliable, they get what they're after. They're more likely to come back to you as a customer to your business, which is really what you want. So it's a win from them and a win from you. So thank you again for your time. So I'll enter the Q&A session now. So I've had a few questions come in from you. So I'll just pick one. So the first question, which I'll put to Robert actually. So has the reduction in personal contact resulting from the increase in customer self-service damaged customer loyalty in any way?
Good question. It depends on what you class as personal contact, because personal contact can be physical communication contact. That can be a call with a telesales, but with the world of e-commerce and e-shops and everything along those lines, you can personalize emails to customers now, which you are still sending out en masse communication channels, but you're still personalizing contact to them. And it also allows, the e-commerce platform has also given businesses more opportunities, because instead of a telesales centre taking 500 calls now, instead they might be taking 400 calls. That allows the telesales agent more times with the calls what they're taking. They can add that personal contact what they weren't really providing before, but the customer who's wanting that communication can still get that through telesales. The customer who's using e-commerce might not want that communication. They might just be looking for the value-added benefits what you're getting off a website from looking at the assets what we've got. So it's a hard one. It's a personal preference for every customer, but a customer will find what they want, and with the help of us with e-shots and the analytics what we're gauging, we can then use that opportunity. If they've not bought something what we're seeing online, our telesales agents can see that and make a phone call to them, because they've got a bit more time instead of being rushed with all constant telephone inquiries. They are now able to look at orders and see what's happening and ring a customer up and say, did you actually know you've missed this off of your order? And that's adding that personal element to an order and customer now. So it hasn't detracted. You just have to evolve your business, and you need to see how you're going. Every customer wants a different level of contact. So it's how you analyze and what they want from them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just like it's trying to understand each individual, isn't it? But okay, so thanks for that, Robert. So question 2, just reading it, I'll put it to Ben. So how much of your website traffic is customer service type traffic versus people ordering?
Right. It's been quite interesting, this. When we upgraded our system from the traditional sort of web shop to the e-commerce platform, ordering has increased significantly, and it is building. The rate of increase is increasing as well. But we have about 3 times more customers who use the web shop, the online ordering system regularly, more for looking at produce, for menu planning, and all the value-added services that it has to offer. We still invest heavily, and we invest even more now in the customer services part, because that's at the core of everything we do. But yeah, we are starting to see a bit more of a lean to the online services for customer services, not just via the phones. Kind of a lot of it is repeating what Robert mentioned earlier.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that, Ben. Andy, one for you here. So, so what emerging trends do you see shaping the future of customer loyalty in wholesale business-to-business e-commerce?
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose there's probably two strands to this. I think, first of all, there's a technology side, and I think most people will see how quickly technology, particularly in digital, moves forward, and other related areas such as AI. And we see these having a constant impact on the kind of things that wholesalers and people in business and more generally can actually do and leverage. So if you look at AI to start with, I mean, that's just there's just so much in there and so many opportunities, from learning about upselling, cross-selling opportunities, as simple as that. So looking at what people are buying and making more personal recommendations in terms of additional products and services to offer, to driving more personalization on the sites. So working out what actually works better from a personalized content delivery side of things. So all sorts of interesting there to really fine tune the user experience and deliver what the customers want. And I think there'll be a general move again, as a few of the panelists have already mentioned. It's not just about selling; it's about delivering value-added services, and that will just continue. People will find more innovative ways to provide their customers with greater value, which means greater customer stickiness, as we call it, to retain and keep the customers more, happy. So who knows where technology is going to go, but those are some examples of what's happening so far, and the rest is people's imaginations, really.
Yeah, definitely. Cheers, Andy. And David, one for you here. So how often should businesses evaluate their customer loyalty strategies, and what should they look for?
Cool. I guess I might answer that quite briefly. So first of all, you should define your KPIs. So what are your loyalty metrics that you're looking to actually shift fairly specifically? Then, this sounds obvious perhaps, but then measure them. You then need to give yourself a period of time to implement those, whatever strategies there might be. Again, a lot of the ones we've been speaking about today would be a pretty good starting point. And then, yeah, I guess that's partly, what you should be looking for. I think clearly, ultimately, what we're looking for here is some sort of loyalty metric, whether it's digital take up or whatever it might be. But you'll understand that for your particular business. And then how often you've got to give your strategy some time to deliver. So certainly no more often than 6 months, I would suggest. You need reporting in between times, obviously, but certainly, yeah, maybe 6 months, maybe better a year. But again, that's going to be dependent on how rapid you're seeing those evolutions. But you've got to give your strategy some time to deliver.
Okay, yeah, cheers, David. Bearing in mind in time, just one last question here. So, what uptake did you see in your businesses when offering e-commerce ordering? Was this shift immediate or gradual? And have you observed whether the average basket order has increased or decreased? I suppose both Robert and Ben, if you want to answer that one quite promptly or quite quickly, you can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we did see an increase pretty quickly, to be fair. And as I said, I think I stated before, the rate of increase is growing further. We have seen the basket value increase, and from our side as a supplier, there's fewer actual orders, whereas customer services, one customer might have 6 or 7 orders. We tend to just have one combined order through online ordering, so kind of makes processing a little bit easier as well.
Okay, thank you. Robert?
Well, we've got a bit of a different story with ours because ours launched during COVID. So our actual digital purchasing platform rapidly grew because of everyone on furlough and everything along those lines. So I probably can't give the greatest answer to that because it was a necessity and it was forced. So, but since COVID has gone, our digital platform's growing. We see it as a key area of our business and we're wanting to increase it. We're looking at avenues to improve, as all businesses will be, and we've got some excited plans what we have to launch later in the year and in the coming years ahead. So that's where we're focusing our business because it saves time, it's personalized, and it's where everyone's going.
Yeah, required. Yeah, definitely. Okay, thanks, Robert. Well, thank you all, actually, the whole panel. Some good insights there. I think it's important to maintain your customer your base is what you want to do, is what you want to achieve, and for loyalty schemes, that is the way forward to do it. To be open and honest, and to make them long term is what we really want. So again, thank you all for your input. Again, so to all viewers, thank you for attending. You can see obviously on our backgrounds our personal details. So if you do want any more information regarding e-commerce solutions, then by all means, please get in contact with myself or Andy, or if you want to get in contact with any other panelists, then please do. Their details are there as well. So we're happy to provide any further information you're after, really, or if you've got questions that you haven't got now but you want to ask, again, by all means, we're happy to answer those when we can. So thank you all for attending. Have a good rest of the day, and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.